YouTube looks good. Looks like EMVB starting to break out. It's okay. I'm just trying to fix my stream right now, to be honest. So I don't really. I could take a trade right here, double at the top. Let's see what it does at 450. I'll read the level 2. I'm just scared that right now it's gonna reverse, so I'll read the level 2 and see what it's doing around 450. Then I'll be willing to take a trade. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna reverse around here. It held 4. That's critical. That's a sign of strength. It held 4. Let's see if it holds it again. It's gonna retest 4. I don't think it's gonna hold 4 this time. There's a big ass seller right there. Yeah. There's quite a bit of buyers. There's a lot of red going through the tape. It's not gonna hold it. It's gonna flush right here. MACD's about to turn. I think it's gonna flush. It's gonna do a false breakout. But people are still buying around this level, which is fine. I find boggling. It's about to flush right here though. This candle, it already made a newer low, I think. Yeah, 397. It's a risky trade. I know. I think the glasses just hide that though. How tired I'm actually am, but I woke up late. I don't know what it is. So right here is a risky trade. I think it's also a very dumb trade because there's no multi-time frame alignment. Yes, this is a pullback. You could consider a pullback, but I think it's gonna be a bear flag right here. Or it's not a bear flag, it's more like a reversal off the top because you have this candle closing red. It's holding 4, which is bullish. But in my mind is that MACD's crossing over. There's less volume on it. Bollinger Band is 10 to 20 cents above it. So realistically, the only way this will squeeze up is if people keep buying into the squeeze. And people have orders at 4, but I think I think it's gonna go a lot lower if it does break 4. It's gonna crush it. Like right here, I would consider shorting the stock. If I'm being quite honest, it's obvious that it's gonna fall to me. You have 2 bottoming 5-minute candles back to back. And it seems like it rejected 450 twice, so that's another indicator that it is pretty well bought. PBM, I don't know if I want to trade a stock like this. They do have news out. And then I guess ENVB. I mean, it was obvious it was gonna fall. It was obvious reversal. Now, fall, we don't know how much, but I know that doesn't seem bad to buy right now, but you're about to hit the VWAP, which is at 14.95. You see that drop? If I would have bought right now, I would have probably bought at like 14.70. Would have been down like 40 cents a share, and then it would have been boom. No, I need to put them on because the screen is actually hurting my eyes. And that's me with nightlight on. So I'm gonna clean these, go use the bathroom, and then when I come back, we have probably a new setup at 8 because this stock is below MACD, and there's a chance it can pop up, but the chance is very unlikely. this high up. As long as it stays above, I think you're good, but you still see those big sellers at 490. I'm honestly thinking I might end it early today. I mean, it was a good trade. The first trade wasn't good, and that's fine because I cut my losses quick. I realized that it was breaking 5. That's fine. We just gotta keep the losers small. We can't let them get out of hand. Because if I would have held, I would have been down like $40, $50. So if we keep losses small, even if we were in profit on the trade, you have a higher chance of actually making money just because you don't want to hold on to a losing trade. Looks like it's gonna pop up right here. MACD's already below. Not a clean setup. I gotta be more cautious on my setups now, because obviously yesterday it was horrible. 5 losers in a row. I don't even know why I did 5. If I take more than 3 losses in a row, I'm done for the day. Yeah, it's a false breakout right there. I'll be right back. Wait. USAR. No, it's above 20. I think EMVB is the most obvious one. ARTL popping up. ARTL chart is messed up. I feel like I traded this stock not too long ago. It was a buster. You can also tell by looking at the volume that and the price is that yes, my MACD is above, but look at the 5-minute. Is it really worth the trade? Is the setup really clean right here? No. I did pull it back to the 90 MA though, which is pretty good. Hopefully it can get above MACD and all, no, VWAP and the $6 breakout point. But there's a lot of selling volume. You can tell on the 5 and the 1 minute. The chart's messed up already. Still gonna look at EMVB. Maybe it pops up right here on one of these candles. Looking for the breakthrough 4. 4 is what I'm looking for. I'm gonna drink some water, bro. ARTL looks like it was gonna break 601. There's a big seller though right there. Getting right in there for the break over 601. Looks like it's gonna go lower. Selling right there at 50. That's all I can do. If it's not gonna break, I don't feel like holding a stock that isn't gonna go up. I'm still looking for that setup. I think I just bought a bit too early. $642 if I get filled. I mean, yeah, that was the level I was looking for. Filled at 607. A bit high, but nevertheless, it still was a good trade. Just to capitalize on it, it was pretty hard with that previous loss. Might go higher here, but I don't feel like trading it all the way up here for a double top, if I'm being quite honest. I feel like it's super risky. That's just me though. So I'm most likely gonna walk away from the stock. Yeah, huge red candle. It's really choppy, hard to trade. I mean, you can tell because I lost on it. My loser was bigger than my winner. I think people are starting to look at ARTL though more closely. I think they like that setup more than the other one. You see, it's on the leading gainer. Could go higher. I'm looking at 53 for the breakthrough 53. The big seller right there, so oh, it just moved. I'm gonna be patient and wait. I'm not trying to buy and then it just reverses on me. Looking for a micro pullback. I just filled at the top. I need to get out. I got out, but that was crazy. Trading a bit choppy. Don't really like it that much if I'm being quite honest. Really hard to trade this stock. I think that's the end of the move for that one. I mean, you have red, green, red, green. It's just like what is the setup here? Like, you are getting pullbacks, but is this going to be another red or another green? Who knows? Do we have to pull back? Maybe. I think we have to pull back though. It is going up, but the way it trades is just so bad. I can literally tell it's gonna. I can feel it. I don't know what I can feel. Just risky. Like the way it goes up and down, it's kind of like someone's just selling a ton of shares and then it pops up again. One bad fill and you can lose a lot of cents. People took that trade at 750. I think by the time I want to take a trade, it's already gonna reverse. Big seller right there. It's just big swings, honestly. He's still there at 37 trying to get filled. Now he took off his order because he's gonna get a lot of slippage. Kind of want to get a pullback to 7 or something. Like a real proper pullback. Seller at 240. 7 to 40. I'll move it up over here. This is the pullback right here that I'm kind of waiting for. There's no volume coming in, so less selling volume than buying. So I'm kind of waiting for this candle to form. And then when this candle is done forming, then I'm looking for this entry. Damn, I guess people didn't like the entry right there. Yeah, I kind of already predicted it though. When I wanted to take an entry, it kind of a real pullback. Seems like a lot of times they don't really like those real pullbacks. Could do a dip trade right here off 661, but it's probably not going to go low. I think people are probably buying the dip or looking at a different stock. ENVB already fell below VWAP, so it's kind of hard to trade a stock like that already. ARTL looks like it's gonna go below VWAP. Jade. People are switching stocks and going. It's a huge loss. Filled at the top, thick spreads. It's gonna be a big loser, most likely. Filled at the top, 1167. The chance of it going higher is unlikely. Most likely I already blew up the account, and this is set in stone already. From trading way outside the Bollinger Band. Most likely a major loss right here. 10 is critical resistance, so if it breaks below 10, then that's it for that trade. And I think they just cut me out of my own position. Yeah, they did. So let's just see what this stock would have done. I don't think it's gonna go too crazy, but yeah, I got an entry, a pretty bad entry on the stock at the top. Yeah, that's the end of that stock. I don't think that stock is gonna go higher. PBMB popping up. That's the end of it for today. Huge loss. I think the Jet TAI was just a bad fill. I mean, the stock does have the chance to go back up, but the way it looks very unlikely. And I already hit my max loss on a stock. This is most likely the candle for a double top right here at the red candle. And then hopefully it holds for traders that are already in for the break of this candle. I think it is going to hold though. Just and go higher just because of the volume. The way the volume's looking, it's looking pretty strong. But the Bollinger Band's kind of already extended. It's already hitting the Bollinger Band. But the volume is pretty strong. Honestly, I'm going to be pretty upset if it does go back to the, to the high. And that's where I'll most likely end the stream. If it does go back to that high in like 5 minutes. Because I do think it is going to go back to that high. $11.51. Doesn't look like it's holding. I think it's gonna reject that level. Maybe this is the micro pullback right here. Micro pullback at 11 for a move higher. I mean, that's one way to trade it for the dip. ARTL looks like it's popping back up. That stock's just hella hard to trade for me, I feel like. I think EMVB was like the most obvious stock. It reversed though already. PBM looks pretty good too. That setup looks pretty good. It's like a curl. It's like a rally for a double top at around 1570. Yeah. Does have news too. News and catalyst. At least I think it's pretty likely it's gonna hit 1608, which is the next resistant level. Needs more volume though. There's not a lot of people looking. There we go. Now it's starting to go. Can it hold 50? Dip, rip, right there. So that's I think that would be a very good entry, the micro pullback. It's around that level right there, the micro pullback. And then I guess stop would probably be like 14. like 15.25 the quarter. You see how it kind of pops up and doesn't want to go? That's risky. You would have to get out around that level, because it means that people, I don't think people are really looking at this stock for the volume. It needs a lot more volume to pop up. ARTL for the breakthrough, 656 right there. It was a clean break. $6.56. It's still below MACD, but looks like it is doing pretty well around these levels. Thing is, I think it's going to be a false breakout of the MACD, and I think it's probably going to hit 7 and reject. Maybe this is the early rejection right here. PBNB looks clean. I don't think the setup is going to get cleaner than that on PBM. The 5 minute looks good. The 1 minute looks good. I think this could really be a home run if you actually see the setup and you don't feel like scared on having big size. I feel like, to me, it's pretty obvious where the stock wants to go. Bro, but there's just a big seller, bro. I'm done. The volume doesn't have the way to carry it out, it seems like. I think there's a seller trying to short, to be honest. But he's gonna get squeezed out, so he's kind of dumb. I think he's trying to create fear. I'd say that setup was super clean though. It was obvious for the breakthrough 1550. The setup was really clean for that. I think I'm gonna stick out 125 share size because my account can't even withstand the loss to basically go up in share size. So it's gonna have to be more longer in 125. that's it today. It's emotional. That's just emotional at that point. It's not. If you actually try to get back what you lost, you'll just lose a lot more. Especially after a big loss, you're kind of already emotionally hijacked at that point. So you trying to get back what you lost is the worst thing you could possibly do. So you just have to deal with it, stick with it. Sometimes you can, if the loss is not so big. Sometimes you can't make back the loss if it's too big, but this loss is really huge to make back. It's not something small like $50 to $100. It's $400 plus it's double your max loss. And the market is hot, but I also can't take big share size because the account is now at 827. So now I have to trade back to 1,000 if I really want to take a big share size. But yeah, that's it for today. I think today is going to be a pretty good day for stocks, especially going towards market open. But